Hey gang, it's your pal Rob here, and I'm coming to you from my parents' basement in gorgeous Portage, Michigan. This is definitely some ducked up wallpaper. I'm hanging here for the holidays, but mostly for the dogs.
Oh my gosh, you are such a sweetheart. Oh yes, I know. Hi, Rascal. Hi, buddy. Oh, hi. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. It was a cute puppy. Look at your ear. Look at that ear.
No, seriously, I could play with the dogs all day. I miss having a dog. Anyway, let's put on our peppy poncho and get to the crux of this video. It's a bit odd, because it's the first time-lapse video that I recorded, and this was back in March. I didn't know exactly what I was doing, so it's not the best quality. The angles are a little weird, and I had to do a lot of work in post so that visually you can see the painting as close to realistic as possible. I've gotten better at this since March, but still have a long ways to go with all the video and editing and everything like that. Enough blab.
Let's get bad.
With some brushes and bright colors. Come on. You'll notice two sections crudely masked off. I do this from time to time if I'm not as concerned with the edge of the shapes. It's quick and leads to some interesting paint formations. Per usual, I build layers of color with my signature drop the paint and manipulate style. I gotta tell you, the heat gun is so clutch in some of these situations as the paint somewhat dries while it's moving. You can see the cool effect this has as well. I'm establishing sections of light and dark, and you'll see how this creates movement in the piece later on. I love time lapses with these celestial paintings because gravity affects the paint over time, and it really shows here. I get lost a bit in the color's movements. And I can already tell this is going to be a little crazy looking, but I'm cool with it, and continue building what will become a spiral shape. Gravity, man. F***ing gravity, man. This is developing into a nice little complex area of the cosmos. Some people ask me why I choose to work the way I do, since it's time consuming. Well, depth can be created through layering of paint, and though my work is abstract, that depth leads the viewer to believe the piece a bit more. It also provokes more thought, because actual painting decisions, my movements, etc., can be observed with closer inspection of the piece. This is why social media-esque styles of artwork, the sea turtle paddles through the water with his flippers. Oh, hello there. Please, enjoy voiceover Rob's tangent about spin art in 3, 2... This is why social media-esque styles of artwork, like spin art, get under my skin a bit. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying it's not art.
I don't want that nerdy art politics discussion where Nietzsche and Heidegger quotes abound with definitions for the thingness of a thing or what art is. It's just, for me, spin art, there's nothing to it. It's a detail in the cake frosting. It's the quality of a knot on the bow of a present. It's that weird fluff piece that entry-level journalists get. It exists, and you can't deny its appeal. But its existence is based on superfluous concepts.
It pays the bills, maybe more than that, but it's never appreciated or read thoroughly.
Sorry. Time to remove some mask shapes. I know you all love these parts, so let's zoom in on this bad boy a bit. Those two circular shapes will resemble something of a planet and moon later on. There's a bit of leakage, as to be expected with rougher masks like this. No worries, mate. We have some nice shapes to work with here, and the location of our planet friend has been established. I then begin to isolate the sun shape. I took off the mask and have begun to give it some color. If you've ever seen those crazy infrared photos of our sun, you know how badass they are. Once dry, I mask around our planet and get ready to make a world. I enlarged a couple parts in the lower left to try to show more detail. I love painting imaginary planets. What could be living on their world, I wonder? I've added a mask for some planetary rings and continued to develop this star, trying to show the complexities that color filters show us. Let's represent some atomic particles bashing together. Very cool. Yeah! More drop the paint and manipulate. I've put things under the edges of the canvas to utilize gravity, which you can see from the flow of the paint. I also used the butt end of the brush to draw the paint outward, trying to mimic solar flares to some degree. Doing this really creates some spindly, flourishy details. Time to start painting our astronaut friends. Are they human or from other worlds? I used thick paint to create texture and used loose, flowing brushstrokes combined with areas of dragged wide paint. And I finish it by flicking some light, shiny highlights into certain sections. Here's the final product. I learned a tremendous amount from this piece, and I dig the flat foreground to background contrast of the space folk. Well, that's all for now. Thank you so much for stopping by the playground today. Here's a couple videos you may like as well. Please like, subscribe, check out my Patreon, and follow me on all the social medias. And please, be kind to each other.